We begin here with a shrinking Republican field in the race for president. Christie announced Wednesday he is ending his White House bid.
It's clear to me tonight that there isn't a path for me to win the nomination, which is why I'm suspending my campaign tonight.
Christie went on to criticize the character and decision-making of GOP frontrunner Donald Trump. His departure comes as the remaining candidates appeal to voters ahead of the Iowa caucuses. CBS News senior White House and political correspondent Ed O'Keefe joins us now. Ed, why is this happening now? What was the state of Christie's campaign leading up to this?
Well, Jeff, he had been reluctant to make this move and had said even as earlier as yesterday that he had no intention of leaving the race and endorsing somebody else if they're not being as forcefully critical of former President Trump. But ultimately, he concluded what polling has begun to show, which is that while he may have found favor early on, he is fading towards the back of the pack in New Hampshire, holding about 12% support in a poll out earlier this week that puts Nikki Haley just single digits behind Donald Trump, suggesting that the mix of Republican and independent voters that can vote in New Hampshire's primary could potentially put her neck and neck, if not ahead of the former president, before that state's primary later this month. Christie was not at all a factor, however, here in Iowa. There were limitations to his campaign and to his appeal across the Republican Party, given he was so critical of the former president.
Ed, something that's getting a lot of attention today is Christie was caught on hot mic before this announcement. He said Nikki Haley is not ready for this moment. He said DeSantis is petrified. He railed against how much money they've spent, both around $60 million. He's only spent 12. It honestly sounds a lot like the message that he wanted to get out even beforehand, even if it was a hot mic moment. Tell me if I'm wrong about that. But what's the significance of this?
No, he was telling it like he has, like it is, in essence, forecasting what he fears is going to happen next, which is that Ron DeSantis can't do it. Nikki Haley can't necessarily do it. But by maybe getting out, that frees up the 12% in New Hampshire or the smaller percentages in other states that were thinking about him to at least go look at the others and try, as they were doing through Christie, to stop Trump. The DeSantis campaign confirms to CBS News tonight that indeed the governor of Florida and the former governor of New Jersey did speak this afternoon before Christie made that announcement. They would not confirm, however, that the Florida governor seemed petrified on the phone.
Ed, you're in Iowa ahead of the caucuses. Other than it being 20 below zero there in a couple days, and I'm not overestimating that, I don't think. It's going to be really bad, really snowy, really windy. What are you hearing from undecided voters? You talked about how Haley seems to be closing the gap according to the latest polls.
Yeah, well, she's closed them significantly in New Hampshire. Here in Iowa, it's a little different because she, like Christie, was spending more time in New England than out here in the heartland. It's Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis' caucus to lose next Monday night. Nobody disputes the idea that the former president's probably going to come out on top. The question would be by how much? Is it the 30 to 40% that some polls suggest? Probably not. But is it double digits? Does DeSantis get within single digits? That is possible because he, like Trump, has been organizing on the ground here in the county by county, precinct by precinct way you have to for these tiny caucuses that happen all over the state and then report up one final number. Haley is hoping that the momentum she's seeing across the country and in New Hampshire especially might appeal to those last-minute undecided voters who don't want Trump renominated and are concerned, as she says, that he could create too much chaos. But she doesn't have that kind of field operation the other two guys have, which is why many believe she's fighting for a close third or somehow might be able to surpass DeSantis here in the closing days. Plenty of time to go. And yes, the temperatures will be in the negative double digits with the wind chill. One Iowan today told me, no, it'll be -2. Not that bad. No,
I mean, it's going to be downright dangerous outside, and we'll see how much it impacts the vote. We know you're going to be there. We know you're going to continue your great reporting. Try to stay warm. Ed, thank you very much.